The main linking words for conditional clauses are if and unless, but even if, as so long as, supposing, whether, or, however, plus adjectives determiner, whoever, wherever, whenever, etc., provided, that. No matter who, how, when, etc. can also be used. If they're short of money. 0 conditional. You'll have a tussle with the management if you go ahead with that plan. First conditional, possible future action. Note that if you should go ahead, or should you go ahead, are more formal. If they had a bigger garden, they could grow their own vegetables. Second conditional, but possible, similarly. If you were to join the committee, we'd be very pleased. Note that were you to join, is more formal. If you hadn't been late, you would have understood the lecture. Third conditional, referring to a past situation. There are also mixed conditionals. If you hadn't know what we're talking about now. And a more formal version of the third conditional. Had you arrived on time, you would have understood the lecture.
One, if you make a run for it, you'll catch the train. 2. If Laura hadn't eaten so much, she wouldn't have put on weight. 3. If they have their car serviced regularly, it never lets them down. 4. The earthquake would have caused less damage if the houses had been of stronger construction. 5. If there is Sunday, we'll go hang gliding. 6. You can get there more quickly if you take the shortcut across the playing field. 7. If you leave the milk out of the fridge in this weather, it'll go off. 8. Would you contribute to the fund if I asked you? 9. If I had dropped Eve's vase, she'd have been furious. 10. My friend, you'd lend me the money. 11. Had the councillors been re-elected, your proposal would be accepted. 12. Productivity will improve if manufacturing procedures are streamlined. 13. Were you to take out the relevant insurance policy, you would be completely covered. 14. I'll always stand by him. 15. Supposing the computer broke down, what would you do? 16. You can invite whoever you like to the barbecue.
I wish with only plus past simple are used to express a wish or regret about a current situation by imagining its opposite. I wish that Mark knew about it. If only Mark knew about it. Sadly, Mark doesn't know about it. Notice also, I would rather Mark knew about it, a preference rather than a wish. It's time that Mark knew about it. In my opinion, he should. I wish with only plus would I used for a future wish, something we would like to happen. If only Mark would come back. I'm afraid he won't. I wish you'd stop doing that. Me. I wish with only plus past perfect are used for a past wish or regret. I wish someone had told Mark about it. Note that we use could instead of would with wish when the subject pronouns are the same. I wish I could see him. Not asterisk I wish I would see him. Were is often used instead of if only. I wish Luke were here. As if was though are often used in similar hypothetical situations. Don't treat me as if I were a child. He spoke as though he had been insulted.
One, no matter how many people come tonight, we'll have a great time. 2. He looked at me as if I had just landed from the moon. 3. Supposing she didn't agree, what would you do next? 4. However late you are, there'll be a warm welcome for you. 5. Wherever they end up, I'm sure they'll. 6. It seemed as though nobody had spotted the obvious flaw in the plan. 7. We'll go along with the deal, provided we receive our fair share of the profits. 8. I wish the firm hadn't gone bankrupt, but the shares would still have been worthless. 9. Supposing the police hadn't come, what would you have done? I'd be on your side even if you weren't my friend. 11. He stared at me. It was as if he hadn't heard a word I'd said. 12. However difficult you find the test, just try to complete it.
1. What a pity he's so boring. I wish he wasn't so boring. 2. It was a mistake of mine, accepting that job. I wish I hadn't accepted that job. 3. How unfortunate that they all heard about it. I wish they hadn't all heard about it. 4. It'd be useful to have shares in the company. 10. I wish I had shares in the company. 5. I'd like him to contribute his opinions more tactfully. I wish he would contribute his opinions more tactfully. 6. I should have gone to the conference. I wish I had gone to the conference. 7. I simply can't remember Myra's address. Myra's address. 8. Is it ever going to stop snowing? I wish it would stop snowing.